Good morning, ma'am. Good morning, everyone. I am the Group 5 reporter, and I am the first reporter. And our topic is Strategic Analysis, part 1, External Analysis, Industry Structure, Competitive Forces. In this chapter, we turn our attention to what is considered the firm's external environment, the industry in which the firm operates, and the competitive forces that surround the firm from the outside. With the tremendous growth of corporate executives began to use strategic planning to manage firm and enhance performance. Strategic planning was seen as a rational top-down process to program future success and give a major competitive advantage. In this approach, all strategic intelligence and decision-making are concentrated in the CEO's office with strategic planning, analyzing internal and external data in areas such, such as prices, cost, margin, market demand, headcount, and production runs. My topic is all about external analysis industry structure. Understanding a firm's external environment, including its industry and competitive forces, allows managers to mitigate risks and leverage opportunities. Managers need to study what happens outside their companies, like competitor and industry changes. This helps them avoid risks and use new opportunities. For example, if a new competitor offers cheaper products, a manager may lower prices or improve quality to stay competitive. Next, forces in a global environment can create both opportunities and threats, necessitating close monitoring. This happening worldwide, like pandemic, wars, or trade policies, can either help or harm a company. Manager must watch this closely. For example, rising oil prices increase transport costs, so which can be threat to delivery companies. Next, firms should recognize their position in a strategic group, a set of companies with similar strategies in a specific industry. A company belongs to a group of firms with similar strategies, so these are its closest rivals in the industry. Beyond them are other firms in the larger industry. For example, in in the car industry, so Toyota and Honda are the same strategic group. Muna siya ang affordable and reliable cars, while Ferrari belongs to a different group. So muna mga or the na belong Ferrari when you say Ferrari, muna siya ang luxury sports car. So next we will go to the pistol model. Depending on the firm's strategy, this process can affect its performance in a positive and negative fashion. So depending on how the company reacts, outside forces can either benefit or harm it. For example, new technology can create chances for growth, but can also make old products outdated. So these are the six main types of outside forces. We have political, economic, sociocultural, technological, ecological, and legal. As this picture shows, a firm is embedded in different environmental layers, belonging to a strategic group of companies with similar strategies in a specific industry. What is a PSTEL model used? So this model helps managers organize outside forces into categories, making it easier to analyze them. Example, a fast food chain may use PSTEL to check if health-conscious customers will affect sales. Next is the PSTEL framework. Understanding external environment forces enable managers to mitigate threats and leverage opportunities. So by studying these forces, managers can reduce threats and grab opportunities. Example, a company may shift to eco-friendly packaging to avoid fines from new environmental laws. Next, the strategic group comprises a firm's closest competitors. The industry lies just outside this group, varying in structure, competitor size, and product services types. These forces can positively or negatively affect them performance based on strategy. A company belongs to a strategic group in its industry and is affected by the wider environment. For example, a coffee shop competes directly with other local coffees but is also affected by global coffee bean prices. So a strategic group is a closest competitors to the industry is larger and includes different types of companies. For example, Apple competes directly with Samsung in smartphones, but it's also part of the larger tech industry with companies like Dell. So next is we will go to fiscal factors. So first we have the political factors. Government processes and action influence firm decision and behavior. Government can affect firm performance by exerting political pressure on companies. So government rules, policies, and action can affect companies. Example, a ban on plastic bags forces supermarkets to switch to eco bags. Next is economic factors, largely macroeconomic affecting economy worldwide phenomena. Managers need to consider how the following five macroeconomic factors can affect firm strategy: growth rates, interest rates, level of employment, price stability, inflation and deflation, and currency exchange rates. Muna siya ang five macroeconomic factors. First is growth rates. If the company grows, people buy more. If not, sell may drop. For example, during a recession, fewer people buy luxury goods. Second, interest rates. Higher rates make loans expensive, so business may invest less. For example, a small business may delay expansion when interest rates rise. Third is employment levels. More job means people have more money to spend. Example, high unemployment lower sales for restaurant. And fourth is price stability or inflation or deflation. Stable prices help planning and stable ones cause problem. Example and is high inflation makes groceries cost more, reducing customers spending. And the last is currency exchange rates affect global trade. Example is a weak peso makes imported goods more expensive in the Philippines. Next is sociocultural factors. Captured as society, cultures, norms, and values. Managers monitor trends and consider implications for firm strategy due to constant flux and differences across groups. So society, cultures, value, and demographics shape business. For example, rising health awareness increase demand for organic food. So demographic changes like an aging population raise demand for healthcare products. Next is technological factors. Capture the application of knowledge to create new processes and products such as lean manufacturing. The technological progress is relentless with advancement like the internet and biotechnology radically altering business and consumer behavior. So new technologies change how business operate and compete. For example, online shopping transform retail store. Ride-hailing apps like Grab change transportation. Next is ecological factors. Ecological factors concern broad environmental issues such as the natural environment, global warming, and sustainable economic growth. This means business must think about how their actions affect the planet. Issues like climate change, pollution, and resource use directly impact companies. A business can't ignore the environmental because environmental problems affect cost, supply chain, and reputation. For example is a clothing brand that uses too much water and chemical may face criticism or higher costs when water shortage occur. Next is the three dimension economic, social, and ecological make up the triple bottom line. Achieving result in all three areas can lead to a sustainable industry strategy. So a triple bottom line means businesses should not only focus on profit, but also on people and the planet. Balancing all three creates long-term success. For example, Tesla works on profits, provide clean energy solution for society, and reduce pollution through electric cars. So like the balanced scorecard, the triple bottom line takes a more integrative and holistic view in assessing a company performance. Instead of looking only at money earned, companies also measure their social and environment performance. It's a broader way to judge success. Example, a Unilever reports not just financial results but also how much plastic waste it reduces and how it helps local communities. Companies now check if they are treating people fairly, protecting the environmental and meeting stakeholder expectations, not just to they are making money. For example, Starbucks audits its supply chain to ensure farmers are paid fairly and that coffee is grown sustainably. And last but not the least is the legal factors. The legal environmental captures the official outcomes of political process and manifests in laws, mandates, regulation, and court decision. So this means businesses must follow the rules set by the governments and courts. This can include labor laws, safety standard, environmental laws, and taxes. So this can have a direct bearing on a firm bottom line. Regulatory changes tend to affect entire industries and companies are influenced by these forces. So laws and regulation affect companies' profits. So sometimes positively or negatively when government change the rules, all business in that industry are impacted or maapektuhan yun. So for example, a ban of single-use plastic all for forces all food and beverage companies to switch the biodegradable packaging. So business can lobby governments, join industry groups, or push for favorable regulation. For example, take companies like Google and Microsoft lobby for data privacy laws that balance consumer protection with business flexibility. So in conclusion, so understanding the external environment is very important for businesses because it helps managers prepare for risk and take advantage for new opportunities. The Pistel model gives a clear way to study outside forces like political, economic, sociocultural, technological, ecological, and legal that can affect a company's success. By looking this at these factors, managers can make better decisions, compete effectively in their industry, and build sustainable strategies. In today's world, companies cannot just focus on profits. They must also care for people and the planet to achieve long-term success. This is why external analysis is not just a tool but a guide for businesses to grow responsibly and stay competitive. So This is the end of my discussion, and theirs will be discussed by Miss Alambag. Thank you.